Hi, my name is Terry, and you're watching Terry Tells the Story. Today, we're talking about the private corporation that replaced the U.S. government. Today, we're diving into a very specific request from a subscriber that touches on a deep legal and historical rabbit hole. The question was about the difference between the United States and the United States in all caps, and why it involves the District of Columbia. At first glance, it looks like a simple matter of grammar or capitalization, but in certain circles of legal theory, these are viewed as two entirely different legal entities. To understand this, we have to go back to the District of Columbia Organic Act in 1871. According to this theory, the original United States constitutional republic established by the founding fathers for the people. However, proponents of this idea claim that after the Civil War, the government was in significant debt. They argue that in 1871, Congress passed an act that created a private commercial corporation based in Washington, D.C., and that this corporation, often referred to in all capital letters as the United States, effectively replaced the organic republic without the people's knowledge. This is where the idea of the straw man comes into play. The theory suggests that because a corporation cannot legally govern a living, breathing human being, it must create a legal fiction, or a corporate version of you to interact with. They point to official documents like your birth certificate, your social security card, and your driver's license, and notice that your name is almost always written in capital letters. In this theory, the version of your name in all caps is your straw man, a corporate entity that the United States corporation uses to bind you to contracts, taxes, and statutes that you otherwise wouldn't be subject to under the original republic. The District of Columbia is central to this because it is seen as a 10-mile square that operates as a foreign city-state, separate from the 50 states. The belief is that this corporate government operates out of D.C. and has essentially extended its corporate jurisdiction over the rest of the country through maritime and commercial law. This is why you will sometimes hear people discuss the difference between a citizen of the United States and a national, as they are trying to distinguish which entity they belong to. However, it is extremely important to provide a reality check on these concepts. While the history of the 1871 Act is real, the Two Americas theory is not recognized by any federal or state court. Judges have repeatedly dismissed these arguments as frivolous and without merit. The courts maintain that capitalization on legal documents is simply a matter of style, and that the United States is a single sovereign government rather than a private business. People who have tried to use these straw man arguments to avoid taxes or other legal obligations have historically faced very serious legal consequences. Ultimately, the request to look into the United States versus the United States, all caps, is a complex world of legal interpretations and a deep distrust of modern government structures. It's a fascinating topic that shows just how much weight people can find in the way a name is written or how an old law is phrased. Thank you for the suggestion, and I hope this clears up the confusion behind that specific request. The Spanish I'm going to be teaching you today is Empresa Privada. Empresa Privada. And what that means is a private company. If you like this video or you learned something new, drop a like down below. If you have a specific topic that you'd like me to cover, like this user suggested, drop it in the comments. And if you'd like to support this work that I do, there'll be a link to the Cash App in the description box below. We'll see you next time.